All right. I believe on our sports network. Such a time as this, we're out at Vape Nation off Liberty Highway for the third year in a row. This seems to be a regular place we come to every year. Glad
That's a good thing.
Them to have us back. They're doing some things obviously right. And we got a lot to talk about. I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple of people, and then we'll talk a little bit about Vape Nation a little bit later, and we'll get Brad on camera. Shout out to Randy Flan and Clemson Family Wish.
Yep.
And they've come a long way. They started that thing like two years ago. I've seen them on TV twice. Talking to them this morning, they're actually going to be on ESPN, and he got invited to be on Good Morning America.
Nice.
Which is pretty huge.
Nice.
But follow them. They do a lot of good.
We'll put a link on that on our.
Yeah, we'll put a link. They're actually on our website. They got a link on our website. There's been a couple of podcasts.
Well, I'll put the link on I Bleed Orange.
Yeah,
so we'll have it on there.
Shout out to a couple new sponsors that came on yesterday. A place called the Fickle Palate. It is a restaurant in downtown Anderson. I asked him a question. Why do you call it Fickle Palate? Because I was girls asked me out several years ago, and I really didn't want to go out with her, and she called me fickle, and I wasn't sure what it meant, so I Googled it. So it means wishy-washy or whatever. So I said, why didn't you call the restaurant Fickle Palate? He says, because people are really fickle about their food, and we change our menu about every 3 or 4 days. But it's a real nice spot. As you go into downtown Anderson, you turn off that little side road. We'll be doing the
what side road is that?
Duke game. I'm not really sure, Mike, but it's right there. It's on our website. Also, East Side Bar and Grill. You been there?
I have.
It's on your side of town, kind of.
It is.
Imagine this: they're on the east side of Greenville, and we'll be doing the Boston College game there at 2 p.m.
I knew that.
Angie, great little place going.
They always have a lot of good little bands over there, so it's always a neat little place.
Yeah, we all know I'm one of these Cowboys fans, and been for years, and it amazes me. They do
I'm a recovering Cowboy fan.
They do a Bills Mafia over there, and there's Bills Mafia all the way up in New York, and they pack that place out.
They do.
Standing room only. They do Bills Mafia. They got people down there. They got a big old statue of Josh Allen, and they got music every Friday night. They do a lot of events.
They do. They have a lot of local bands.
Bingo Wednesday. They have a Philly cheesesteak to die for. So we're happy to have them on board. So
honestly, it's a really good crowd there. It really is. It's always a packed room.
And the food's good. It's just a neat little place to kind of go hang out and watch a game.
Yep.
And
a lot of local people. It's kind of like Cheers.
I just kind of ran by there by accident. I was going down the road. I saw it and did a little Yui. And I went in there and met her, and the rest is history. So anyways, I'll be at 2:00, and we were announced that the Boston College game is going to be a 7:30 game.
Notice that I'm wearing my lucky shirt.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a win tomorrow.
Well, it's key lime pie tonight. Key lime pie
because we're going to get a win because I'm prepared for it.
Perfect.
So there you go.
All right. So we're talking a little bit about Orange Kool-Aid, and I was on that train. I think most honest Clemson fans were. And I hope
absolutely. Well, if you're not a true Clemson fan, if you don't get
talk. The hardest thing I'm having about this season is we talk all during the
offseason. It's a lot of things I can talk about.
Well, here's the hardest part. It's not that we're 1-3. It's all the build up and all the hype and all the
expectation. Since you just brought it up, let's just tell the truth, okay?
Well, just let me finish.
What I told you at Troy game. Huh? I told you that I watched them and I watched the lack of effort. That's what I saw. I will. Okay. That's what I saw. I saw lack of effort. The play right before Wesco caught the ball. Yeah. The play right before that, the guy quit running. And I told you, I said, that right there is our problem right there that I'm watching.
Yeah.
Where they're, he didn't put it right there. Well, yeah, but if you stop running, you're never going to catch the ball. That's the effort. That's the things I would see. And I'd get very frustrated with it, and I wouldn't see effort from the players. And then I watched one of the players admit that it was their fault, that it was them, that they weren't doing the things they needed to do.
Okay, we'll get there. So all this hype, Feinbaum coming on, not ESPN ranking us number 4. Most of our players coming back. Yeah. Wide receiver university there like it hadn't been there since the Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson days. So defensive line got Jeremiah Alexander went spring game. His name is announced all the time. We've got some beast in there. So getting into all that, we start the season and the LSU game didn't bother me that much. I mean, I wish we could have won.
With it, but I could deal with it.
It could have gone either way.
Right.
But then it was basically downhill from there. It's all the thing, everybody's asking, what's wrong with Clemson? What's wrong with Clemson? And a lot of people are asking that question. And I'm sitting in class with about 30 students out there, and they go, what? Y'all got any questions? They go, yeah, what's wrong with Clemson? And I'm like, well, if you think about it, man, if you think about it really, It has nothing to do with talent. It has nothing to do with coaching or personnel. It's basically the talent's there. We're not executing. We don't have the will to win. We're not playing like we should play.
But that is part of coaching. So to say it's not
part
coaching,
of it is coaching.
To say it's not coaching, I disagree with you on that because it is coaching. Now I'm not
I didn't say it wasn't coaching. I said
you did say that. That's why I'm saying that I disagree with that. But what I'm not saying is that throw baby. I'm not saying throw baby out with the bathwater.
I didn't say. I said we're not executing.
It is part. Replay the tape.
It's on both. Mike. Look, it's on both. It's part of it's coaching, and part of it's they're not executing.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't say it wasn't coaching. I mean, it's they're not playing up to their potential.
That is exactly.
Dabo says they practice good. Well, they're not doing that on the field.
That's
And yeah, a lot of it is coaching, and it's a little bit of both. But it's not a talent problem. There's no reason that our team, with our talent and the players we got on this team, that we should be 1-3. There's no reason we couldn't go all the way. It's a mental problem. It's a will to win. They're not playing with passion, and hopefully the week off gave us that little rest so we can get back in there and play with some passion.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where we're at, and we haven't been here since 2004, and so I was kind of glad to have last week off, kind of sit back and watch.
We needed
it.
We needed it.
So we're not where we want to be. Basketball's coming up here soon next week, but I'm not mentioning that because we're 1-3.
No,
I did get talked to Brad Burnell a little bit yesterday, and gave him a high five and told him I appreciated what he's done the last couple of years. And I was talking to Jacob today at lunch, and it's like the basketball team, because of the transfer portal and everything, not to get off football, we got a whole new team. This is a different atmosphere we're in. We got like one guy back, and so we don't know. We were pretty good last year until we got to the big dance, and we blew it against whatever team. I can't remember the name of them, but so we got that coming up, and we're going up. I was coming into Clemson, and I saw the young buses going, so they're up Chapel Hill now.
Yep.
And so it's one of the GOATs of all time in the NFL, Bill Belichick, and one of the GOATs of college football, Dabo Swinney, playing against each other in Chapel Hill. And so they got Clemson, 14.5. Vegas just voted on us, picked us every game, even the LSU game. So they have not made money on Clemson.
No, they have not.
But before we get the picks, I'll just kind of throw it out there. Got us a touchdown and a half, 14. I mean, two touchdowns and a half, so 14.5. It's a noon kickoff. A lot of noon games.
Yep.
That's why I was surprised that we're playing Boston College at 7:30. But usually when we play Boston College, we have a night game. And so we're going to be up there at Chapel Hill. Ludacris. They thought at the beginning of the season, I don't know if you know who Ludacris is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ludacris is doing a pregame concert, so he's going to have to do it at like 10:30 in the morning because it's a 12 o'clock game. I'm assuming when they got him to come up to Chapel Hill, they're figuring this is going to be a night primetime game. But when you're 1-3, the team you're playing is 2-2. Imagine they got a better record than us.
Right.
They thought it'd be a primetime game, and Ludacris. I'm not a big Ludacris guy, but they thought that he'd come up and do it before the nighttime game. So anyhow. Besides that, business is good. I believe Orange is growing. Our YouTube hits are up.
The candy company, by the way. Talk about that. And
Well, a couple.
I remember seeing a little link on that, so I wanted to ask you about that.
Bill the Candy Company's been with us a while.
I know that you re-signed them or something.
We went over. She also teaches over at Clemson, so I've done two class. Grateful to be able to go out there and talk to students about people who want to get into this kind of business. But had a real good presentation out there talking to them and about what they want to do with their life when they grow up. Most of them got an idea, and I thought that was great.
Cool.
Not all of them want to be in the sports networking industry, but a lot of them want to own their own catering business. But I think it's important, tell them I think it's important.
Something is a hobby.
Something you like to do that makes you money, and it's not like, I always told people if I won the lottery, I'd still do this. Probably do a little bit differently, but
Absolutely.
I love what I do, and I think that's important because you're going to spend most of your life working. And I know people that just get up sometimes and punch a clock. And
Well, my cousin
It's
asked me
just-
years
it's
ago,
important
not years ago, it was a couple of years ago, he asked me, he said, so when you're going to retire? I said, you don't really understand how salespeople work. We don't really retire. We slow down. That's how it works. I love what I do.
we went to see,
But I don't want to do it every day.
yeah, me and Tam went to see Soul Legit. They had their last couple of concerts. And
Were they legit?
Yeah, Soul Legit. Stevie, you met Stevie. He came down to Clemson Arena.
Yeah, it was a joke.
But I mean, it's 11:30 at night. I'm like, who owns? I mean, the place is packed. Who owns this place? And he came over with a Clemson hat on, and I think he's gonna come on board. Got talking to him, but
Nice.
ABCs if you're selling, So, anyways, business is Doing pretty well. It's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and got off the phone with my screen printer, and we're bringing out
That means we should wear pink shirts.
Yeah, we're having them made. I haven't been doing a lot of products lately, but we're having the Oblate Orange pink Oblate Orange shirts. 15% of all proceeds go to the Dabo All In Fund. We've done that every year, I think, except last year. So we're doing that again, and so that's one thing we'll have up online here the next couple of days. You can order. And just like this is week 6. And we actually have another bye week before the month's over with. So what did we learn?
What have we learned? That's an excellent question.
I told them on
I
the
think we have definitely learned what not to do.
Yeah, I told them on the podcast, it's like, I'm tired of yelling. I'm tired of going through my little Clemson depression. Of course, don't get me wrong. I want to win the rest of our games, but win, lose, or draw. I'm at the point right now. I'm just going to have fun the rest of the season, and hopefully we win. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to let it ruin my Saturday.
I agree.
When you're at that Troy game with me, that was a long day.
That was so very.
And then we had that hour and a half. We had to
Not that
sit out
much.
there, and then we got to get home real late. We barely won.
Yeah, what did we get home? 9:45.
Right. It was a 3:30 game. I got home later than that. It felt like it was a 3:30 game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It
was crazy.
So yeah, just got to put it together and execute. And I think it's all mental. And
but let me ask you this: what do you think what do you think has been the biggest problem that you've seen so far? What do you think it's been the players? Do you think it's been the coaches not?
It's simple, man. It's simple.
What do you think? What if you had to put your thumb on the problem? What do you think the problem is?
There's a couple things, not just one thing. It's
Okay,
not rocket. It's not rocket science. It's football. Okay, first of all, the game's won at the line, right?
Sure.
And maybe the quarterback and all those stuff. So the game's won at the line. Period. That's where the game's won.
Okay.
And if you watched the Georgia-Alabama game last weekend, if you noticed, the quarterback for Alabama could have sat back there and made a sandwich. He had so much time.
He did.
Okay, so we don't have talking about our defense in the offseason and everything, and then Wade Woodaz talking about them being compared to the Power Rangers. We have not had one sack, and we're what 4 games in, we've already played and have one sack, so we're not winning at the line. That's one thing. And I'll sum all this up. And then, Cade's not seeing the receivers. His football IQ. He's passing a guy's wide up in the end zone. He's not looking around. He's scrambling out too soon. The play calling,
I agree with that.
Is so vanilla that I can imagine what the other team's doing. I can almost look at the play before they even play it and tell you what they're going to call. But I'm going to tell you. Let me finish. I'm going to tell you the main thing is this. The main problem is this. The main problem is it's mental. They're not playing with passion. They're not playing with heart, and that's the bottom line.
Exactly.
That's
to me the number one thing.
That makes a big, especially when you have the talent. That's the only way you can explain it.
That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Is I watch it and when the other team
and it's not always
pushes you off the line, because that's what we watched the Syracuse game. They literally would push the defense off the line. If you have 2 yards, all of a sudden this 5-yard hole would appear, and the guy would get 20 yards up the line, and you're like, "Are you kidding me?" And it would happen. Not 1, not 2, but 3 or 4 times, and it was just, but that was just one spot. There was a bunch of them. I'd watch the receivers, and the offense wasn't producing. They weren't doing the things necessary. There was a lot of things, and I wish I had got that article. I want to say it was Woodaz, but I might be wrong about that. But it was one of them that they made a comment point blank said that it absolutely is not the coaching. It is absolutely 100% the players. But some of it is coaching.
It's both.
100% agree with you on that.
Both.
I said I don't really agree with that.
I'm not sure why Tom Allen's up in the press box eating a hot dog. He should be on the sidelines. He's up there eating a hot dog.
He gets paid to do what he does.
And
I'm not going to argue that.
And the play calling when Randall Adam Randall has 111 yards rushing at halftime. And then you go and you end up throwing the ball 60 times. Whatever's working, you need to continue doing that. He already got the ball the second half of the Syracuse game. Passing may be sectioned, but running. But if you got 111 yards and it's working, he had 10 or 11 yards per carry in the Syracuse game. They hardly ran them in the second half. They're drop balls, they're missed throws, they're overthrows. Cade started out Let's just be real blunt about it. He started out as the
Again, you said it right.
number 1, number 2 Heisman Trophy winner, and he's actually 92 in the nation in quarterback PBR.
But you said it right.
So that's what's going on in my opinion. It's mental. You take a team that's not as talented as this team, and this team wants to win it more, and they got more passion, they got more drive in them than this team. 98% of the time, this team's going to be the team that's better than them.
I agree.
And you just take NC State Wolfpack. They won the national championship.
Look at Alabama last week over Georgia.
Yeah, I mean Alabama, I think, is a more talented team.
I think Georgia's a more talented.
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. You're right.
No question about it. I think Georgia's much more talented, but Alabama wanted it more.
They wanted more, and Alabama don't like lose, and Alabama
that's the thing.
did not have.
The problem I think we have at Clemson right now is these guys have gotten to the point they're getting accepted with that stuff, and I think that's become a major issue, and we really need to address that, and it better be addressed.
All right, I was watching not 30 for 30, but they had a thing on. I think it was ACC Network. They had an old documentary on the 1981 championship team, and I was going to games with my dad back then, and I was around during that whole time. They had actually an Orange Bowl party at the house growing up, and so if you looked at Clemson's offense, they were subpar. I mean, Homer Jordan's good enough to win the national championship. We had a decent running back, Perry Tuttle. But there wasn't any superstar talent on offense. But if you looked at Clemson's defense, now at the beginning of the season in 1981, we weren't even in the mix. We weren't even right.
No, not at all.
Almost, we're losing to Walford at halftime. Walford, and then came back. Then Georgia came in town with Herschel Walker. And Herschel Walker, arguably one of the best college football players ever. And
he stayed himself, by the way.
Our freaking defense was bad back then. These are some
absolutely.
boys. These are some beasts. Perry Tuttle and a lot of these guys. I mean, as soon as they snapped the ball, I mean, it was just like fire right off the bat. If you look back to their defense when Christian Wilkins and those guys were up there, as soon as they snapped the ball, Christian Wilkins.
Oh.
Yeah, the Power Rangers. As soon as they snapped the ball, they were already pushing back in the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
Momentum.
Well, again,
Cleveland Farrell.
Let's address that too. So the Syracuse game.
We're not controlling the line.
Well, hold on. So the Syracuse game, who was the guy that got the rough in the passer / wanted to call him for targeting? Who was that? Who was the one that was on? Because here's the problem with that. They
talking about Clemson?
Yeah. So they called when the guy hit the quarterback, he landed on his side. The quarterback just released the ball. He hits the quarterback, lands on his side, and they call targeting and roughing the passer. Now, mind you, he just released the ball, and they called us for targeting and roughing the passer.
Are you talking about the Clemson?
Yes, I'm talking about the Syracuse game.
Who was the quarterback?
Syracuse.
Okay,
quarterback.
Okay.
And they called us for roughing the passer.
I saw that. Yeah, okay.
And they called targeting. Then they came back and they said, "Oh, wait, that wasn't targeting, but we're going to get you for roughing the passer." Well, the problem with it is he just released the ball and he hits him. So my point is, where do you draw the line? Because obviously, and that makes the players very gun shy. If you can't go after the quarterback at all, what's the point? How do you coach that? That's a legitimate issue. Right?
The rough in the passer call over the years, and even in
it's
NFL,
been hideous. It's been a terrible call.
It is I wouldn't want to be a deep.
As an umpire from years ago,
back in the day, you could play football.
Well, back in what umpires would do, they didn't like a call. They'd call those calls because they're like, "Look, that rule needs to be changed." And that's what they're doing. They're calling those calls because they're saying, "We don't like the way this is being called, and we're going to want you to make the rules change these rules because this is a terrible."
Well, we all got eyes.
That's what's going on.
A lot of it's just common sense. You can tell a blatantly running in, roughing the passer, and then there's a lot of time they can't stop their momentum. I mean, I've seen guys in midair; they're already what are they supposed to do? Like stop.
Well, that's my point. He just released the ball, gets hit. I mean, it was that quick.
Yeah.
And then they get him for. I mean.
And then there's a guy that the ball's already been out of his hand.
Like, you cannot call that.
Yeah. Then there are times when the ball's been out of his hand.
If they'd been smart, picked it up and said, "No, there's no call here at all." We waited.
Normally,
that'd have been the smart thing to do.
Yeah, that used to be not like that. It normally goes in favor of the offense.
That was a terrible call
when it's close.
And I'm not really bitching about that. I'm just saying that when you talk about the defense, the problem with it is you got to put that in your mind. How do they go after? How do you combat that? When that's in the back of your mind and you realize that.
Everybody's got things. I mean, it doesn't happen every play.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. And I'm not just talking Clemson, I'm talking football altogether. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm legitimately asking the question.
Well, I mean, I'm not a rules maker. I mean, I agree with you, man. It's just some of it's blatant and then it should be called, but a lot of times there's that little gray area, and there's a lot of flags that are flown that shouldn't be flown. And used to be back in the day,
Yeah. No,
they hardly called anything like that. And they
well, it goes back to what I said. If they don't like a rule, they call it for that reason.
Yeah.
Because they're like,
Well, it needs to
we
be-
got a problem.
just needs to be a little bit of common sense involved there,
I agree.
basically. So I mean, we got no excuse. We've had a week off. We got everything we need. I mean, they had Dabo in the interview, doing his press conference and all. And I mean, the
How
facility,
did
everything we
How
got,
do we look on injuries? Everybody good?
everybody that I'm aware of is good. Antonio Williams is fine. I mean, he's back.
I know
He's back
Antonio's
Syracuse.
back.
Unless somebody got hurt in practice, I hadn't heard about.
Okay.
don't think
I
we
hadn't
really-
heard of anybody.
We seem to be pretty healthy.
So that means we should be in good shape on that side.
I mean, North Carolina, I mean, we should cover the spread here. I mean, we should.
Well, we'll talk about that.
And I mean, they're really not that good of a team. Even though Belichick's with them,
Problem
what I've
is,
seen-
everybody gets fired up to play Clemson.
but then again, we haven't really played good.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Ludacris is going to be opening up. So imagine
Makes
that.
it ludicrous.
Yeah, Ludacris. Yeah, he's opening up for the game, hour before the game. And then we got Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. And
Very good.
So it should be an interesting game. I like noon games, away games, because I can sit back, watch the game, and enjoy the rest
Well,
of
I say we bring Brad over here. We talk about what.
Yeah, let's bring Brad over here.
Talk about this. And we'll kind of go from there.
it. You're not wearing your Trevor Lawrence.
He said you got to earn that.
I was in a hurry to get here on time.
Yeah, the traffic out there's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, so it's the third year out here at Vapor Nation on Liberty Highway. What's the exact address?
It's
You can
3708
come in.
Liberty Highway, here in Anderson.
Josh, sit down. Just right there. You'll be fine.
I want to cover them up.
There you go.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're just the symbol covers you up. All right. It's all right. Makes it
There's a
better.
lot
Nobody
of me to
sees us.
cover up. It'll be all right.
All right, so let's talk about your award. How many years in a row?
We got best of the upstate 3 years in a row this year.
3 years in a row.
I'm just going to point out that's 3 years that I Bleed Orange has been doing this, by the way.
Yeah,
too.
it seems like everybody.
could be a coincidence.
And then the jewelry place down there, they've got it. I don't know how many years.
And for 3 years in a row, they've had it with us too.
Yeah.
Diamonds
Yeah.
Gold
That's a
Brand.
good story.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We also, this month, in September, celebrated our 10th year in business.
All right.
We've been here for
Good
10
deal.
years.
Very
So they're
nice.
doing something right. They're doing
Right.
something right.
Absolutely.
And so tell us a little bit about your specials. What are y'all kind of separates you, or how you got started? I know you told us that story.
Yeah, the whole thing got started because I wanted to quit smoking cigarettes, and I went to a local store and bought a vape, and I was like, wow, this actually really works. But I really didn't like the store. I didn't like going and shopping in there.
Yeah.
So that's how it started.
That started.
Yeah.
And what's your best seller here?
Well, right now is disposables, of course.
Yeah.
They're getting kind of hard to come by, but we've got a great selection. I've been able to maintain a nice selection.
I always call that opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when that happens and somebody else is going to say, hey, I can fill the gap.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah, so it's just healthier than smoking, and you got all these different flavors
Well,
to choose from.
It
And
smells a whole lot better.
smells a lot better.
No doubt about
Tomato,
that.
tomato.
Maybe I'll try it. I'm a cigar smoker, so I don't smoke cigarettes.
I know
No,
that.
we
So I
have
don't
If
call
you like
myself-
cigars, do you stay with your cigars?
You have customers from all walks of life, young, old, everything in between.
Yeah.
They enjoy these vapes. So we try to provide the best prices that we can and have the best selection.
Yeah, word
They're
of
always
mouth.
busy.
repeat
I'll say
customers.
that for them for sure. They're definitely over here. They're in a good location off Clemson Boulevard. If you know where
So there's Liberty Highway.
Sam's is back there, just go up the road a little bit towards Clemson Boulevard, and you'll run right
we're
into
right
it.
across from Best Buy and Ralph Hayes Toyota.
Yeah, this little angle that goes in, but
Yep.
it starts Liberty Highway, and then I guess keep going. You're gonna be at Walmart over there.
Right.
So
Right behind
great
Walmart.
location.
I said Sam's, but Walmart, Sam's, same area.
We've done great.
So what do you think about this season so far? Like everybody
I think
else?
just about from watching the games, and I don't try to get too upset about it or anything.
It is what it is,
The
right?
number one thing I see, honestly, we can't get off the field on third down. I don't care if it's 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 21. They can't get off the field.
Yeah,
And so I don't feel like they're getting enough time on offense.
and the defense tires
And then
out
when-
quicker.
Right. And then
Yeah.
when they're on offense, it doesn't look like we have very many plays.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't, and we haven't. Another
which
thing, we
brings
haven't got
me
off to
a-
a good start. in
brings
the
me
game.
another point that I've mentioned before. This with our offense call plays, reminds me of the Rob Spence era with the bubble screens. Like,
It's all screens.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And I'm
And
going,
if we're figuring it
man,
out.
if you're getting paid this kind of money, shouldn't you do a little bit more in the bubble screen?
Yeah.
Maybe you should do a little bit better than what we're doing, because all I'm
Right.
saying is yeah, because it's good. I mean, you just said it. If you can do it, predict
The
it,
fans can figure it out.
and
You
I
know, the
can
opposing
predict
defense
it,
can.
then I know
Yeah.
who's getting paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, the
can do it.
defense
I
coordinator.
know he's going to predict what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Sure.
I just
So-
want to see. I call it razzle dazzle. I want to see, you know, some long plays.
I want to see some
want
aggression.
some aggression.
Let's
Go
just get
for it.
aggressive with it, man.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
go. What are you going to lose?
You
We're
know,
gonna lose.
one of the most
You always got
exciting
the run to
things
go
that
back
I
to.
watched was the overtime game between Wake Forest. Who was Wake Forest playing? They were playing. Was it?
they're playing
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Tech.
And they went for 2 points.
Yeah.
They lost the game,
Right.
but it was exciting.
Yeah,
They
you gotta
went
go
for it, and I loved it.
And we did that back
And
in the
I
day.
loved it. That
How
was
many?
absolutely
Yeah.
But you know who's
fabulous.
playing like that in the pros is the Lions.
Yeah.
That guy's got to say it.
Yes.
I mean, he goes for it on 4th down way more than he punts.
And I'm gonna be honest, you shouldn't do it all the time,
Right.
But you got to mix it up.
but you got to do it sometimes. Sometimes you got to make changes.
We hadn't really had any big plays.
And
this
and,
year.
and, and you know,
Not really.
it goes
Not
back
really.
to the old
20
saying,
yarders.
up Clemson football, up the middle, pass, punt. That's what we're seeing.
Right.
Yeah.
That is exactly what we're seeing. And I'm watching these guys, and literally the thing I told Josh, and I literally say it, and I'll say it again, when I was watching these guys, and they'd go out 15 yards, and they'd stop running, and they just, and you just see the gear just changing to low, and you were like, dude, if you had put it in gear to where I see where the guy goes, you had a play. Instead of going into low gear, you put it in high gear, you might have actually made a play. But no, you didn't want to do it because you might get turfed out.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break, dude. I mean, so that's if I were coaching you at that point, you would have rode Pine. Oh, they're not
Sure.
Pine anymore, but you would have rode.
Whatever it
You would
is.
not have been playing the game.
Right.
Flat out, you would not have played.
Yeah.
And that's how I'd have been.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, you can say what you want to.
And then, I mean,
I-
and then the thing can't really put
I'm
in
old
words,
school.
but you can see it. You just don't see the passion in there.
That's what I'm saying.
You can see it. It's kind of hard to put it, but you just see it. It's just in a lot of the.
Again, not saying throw the
There's
baby
no-
out with the bathwater, but I'm
if you-
saying we got to make some
If you
serious.
think about
we
it,
got to see something.
back in the day, we had the Alpha Dog, we had the Ben Boulware, we had the Christian Wilkins, we had the
Right.
team leader, and I don't know who that is.
We got Boulware. He's supposed to be training these kids.
But he's not
What's
on the
going
field.
on with this?
I don't know.
But we need to have like, I mean, would have.
And see,
Yeah.
and another thing, and I'm sorry, I'm old school, whatever you want to say, but I'm looking at this generation of these kids, man, and that's not all of them. So
Yeah.
I understand there's exceptions to rules,
Well,
but I'm saying a lot of these kids, they get their feelings hurt a little too much. You know what I mean? And you know what? We're not here for your feelings. We're here for you to win a ball game.
yeah.
So if you get your feeling hurt, go home and cry in the corner
what you're
of it,
trying
or
to say,
whatever you
Mike.
want to do. I'm saying
I'm
win
gonna go ahead and say
game.
the word. They're playing soft. They're soft. It's football. We're not.
He said it. I didn't
Yeah,
say it.
well, I'm just
yes,
saying.
he's correct.
I just want to see him get off the field on 3rd down.
So we all agree that they
Yeah.
are playing a little bit on the on
Go watch the films from the 1981 team, and then some of the Power Rangers and all. There were some beasts in there. We're
Dude,
not playing like
you
that.
can't argue that.
And
Look, go back and look at the tape.
And I don't see
You can't
where these
argue
guys
that.
don't have the same talent. It's up here, man. They got to.
It's mental.
It's mental. It's mental.
It's
you got to want
it is
more.
totally
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. You know what? What do they teach you in sales? Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Don't quit. Do something. Make sure you do
Yeah.
it. And that's what they're not doing. And
Yeah.
that's exactly it. So there you go. So let's go to our picks. Let's look at some stuff. He had 4, but I'm telling you, I threw an extra game in here because
Yeah, I'll
I'm
tell you,
sorry,
we're
we're going to do 5.
we've had some great football, but this week when I was last night when I was looking at the picks, we don't have all the great. We got some good matchups, but it wasn't like all the way down.
They weren't
we had-
phenomenal picks, and I'll give you
But
that.
we so we got what did you do last one?
I'm going to do the first. I'm going to do the last one we picked first because that one's.
I know
Yeah,
you
I
always
agree.
you always complicated.
It's always so. The game that I added to it is Kentucky and Georgia
All right.
because it's local. Let's be honest, but that
We'll
could be
see
a
that.
decent
Where are
game.
they playing? They're
Georgia
playing
is 12th ranked. You have to look that up. I didn't
well, you
look
got
that
me
up.
mixed up.
Georgia is 12th ranked, and they got Kentucky. And
They're gonna
you know,
blow Kentucky out.
Georgia's going to win the game, but hey, they got them by 12, Georgia, and I think Georgia will cover that spread.
12, yeah.
I think Georgia will cover
12.
it.
Yeah, they're playing
What?
they're playing between the edges.
Yeah.
Georgia coming off the loss. I don't know what it is about Georgia and Alabama. It just seems Alabama has Georgia's number, even when
They're
Georgia's
both
better.
good teams, no matter how you say it.
Well, I'm just saying Georgia goes into Alabama. They're better, the more talented team. They seem to lose to them. Something about Alabama and Georgia. But Georgia's going to blow Kentucky out. This time's going to be close. It's a noon game. Spread is 19, 20, somewhere around there. They're going to beat them.
Yeah,
It'll be in about 28.
That's right. It's not 12. It's Georgia was ranked 12. You're right. It's the spread is 19. You're correct.
19, yeah. It's a noon game.
But Georgia's going to. We all agree.
They're playing at
Georgia's gonna win
Georgia.
that. So yeah.
All right, so let me go with this one though. All right, so Vanderbilt, and I remember about a year ago watching ESPN Game Day, and they got over to Vanderbilt, Alabama. Nick Saban said that Vanderbilt was the easiest place to play in college football, and that's why I love college football.
Ever there was a time that one could take back words, that was it.
I looked at my phone. I wasn't watching.
Words.
I was looking at ESPN about halftime of that game, and I thought I was seeing things. I was like,
If ever there was a time that I think Nick Saban wished he could take back some words, it was that time right there, because he absolutely inserted foot on that one.
I can't remember the exact score, but they were up by a couple scores at halftime, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man. And then I'm thinking, well, Alabama, they're going to come back and take them in the second half.
Vanderbilt.
But the most beautiful thing was this. In Vanderbilt, after Nick said that, they go and they get the goal post. You can only do this in college football. Tear it down, go down the main street, Nashville, and throw it in Cumberland River.
Yep.
And everybody's fine. Nobody gets in trouble. I mean, maybe the school got fined, but
they did. Well, who cares? Paid the fine.
So I don't think they're going to be
the best fine they ever paid.
Right.
Trust me.
If they beat Alabama, they're not going to be able to do that.
They had no problem paying it. But here you got Vanderbilt is
undefeated, 16
is 16th. Yeah, and you got number 10 Alabama, and they got a 10.5 spread, and that's Bama's got a 10.5 spread,
and they're playing at Bama,
and they're playing at Alabama.
Vanderbilt's undefeated.
I do not believe that Vanderbilt is going to win that game. I believe that Alabama.
Oh God, well, here.
I think Bama's going to barely cover that spread, but I think that's pretty fair.
If I was going to bet on it, I would take the points.
Would you?
Vandy and the points, but I don't think Vandy will beat them. I think they'll cover 10.
Well, on the podcast, we've had.
They might.
If we were playing for money on the podcast, we'd be making money because the only thing we've lost on really, we've made some crazy picks, and we all three of us go in the same. But we'd be 1-3 with Clemson. But we picked. What was that upset we picked? Bama got beat by.
Y'all picked Vanderbilt on that.
Florida State.
Yeah, we picked that. All of us did. Everybody else was picking Bama. Yeah, and we picked that, and we picked a couple of games that. And then Tuesday night on the podcast, I'm like Alabama. They're like Vanderbilt. I said, all right, I'm having a change of heart. I'm gonna pick an upset. Vanderbilt, undefeated, number 16. Their quarterback's really good, Diego.
He is good.
That guy.
He is good. He is definitely.
That guy is really good.
I do not think though. I do not think of Alabama, but I don't think Alabama's going to play the same level they played last week. But if they do that, I don't think Vanderbilt's going to have a chance.
Yeah.
But
no.
But I don't think that'll be the case. But I think that's going to be a good ball game. I really do. In fact, I'm retracting what I said. I think you're right. I don't think that Bama will cover the spread. I think but I do think Bama's going to win the game.
That's what I think.
So that's to be fair. I think it'll be close on that. But hey, we'll see. Anyway, so the next one we got is
Miami and FSU. I tell you, Miami. Besides, we don't have Ole Miss on here because they're not really playing anybody. But that team surprised me this year. And they're really a lot better than I thought they would. Miami surprised me this year. I thought they, because they always get all this beef about Miami and they go and then they fade out. But one main thing about Miami is their defense looks really good. They usually, when they rate them real high, they have a great offense with no defense. They're playing FSU. FSU's also surprised me a little bit. And the only reason I'm taking this pick is because they're playing in Tallahassee, and that's a tough place to play. And FSU is really one play from being, I sound like that, but they're one play from being undefeated,
Yeah.
And it could have gone either way, but they lost the game. But I think FSU, because they're playing in Miami, I'd take Miami. But I think it's going to be FSU. I think it's going to be the game of the week. I think it could even go into overtime or a last-second kick. It's going down the wire, and FSU by 3.
FSU by 3.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brad?
I like Miami, actually.
Do you?
I like Miami to cover.
Okay.
I think Florida State looked great against Alabama. They played a couple of small schools that they just routed.
Yeah.
And then they played a regular school again, and it didn't work out for them. So
again,
we'll see.
I think
I think Miami's going to win.
You play up to your competition,
right?
both these teams. And you know, the one thing that I will say about this is what you said about when Florida State played Alabama.
Mhm.
You said they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You said they have nothing to lose, and they did. They came out and
They came out fired.
throttled.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
And good for them. I mean, good
But
for
If I remember
for
correctly,
Seminoles
they
for that.
played at Tallahassee. Yeah.
They did,
Yeah.
but
Tough place to play.
I think that this is going to be. You got number 3 out Miami, and you got number 18 at Florida State. I'm going to go with Miami on that with the spread. I think that's going to be close. But you got to realize that's only 4.5 points.
Right.
So you're looking at 4.5, 5 points. They got to beat them by 4.5 points. Basically, I got to win by 5.
Yeah.
That's 6 points. That's a touchdown we're talking about. That's all we're talking
Yeah.
about. So I think that's reasonable. I think that's very reasonable that you're looking at. So
Depends
it's
on
going to be a good ball game.
If Florida State's defense can stop Carson Beck
And that's what I'm betting not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's still going to be a good game.
Sure.
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
mean,
an
this is the
exciting
game
game.
of the game.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the-
going to watch it.
This is the
Oh,
game.
I am too.
This is the game of the
Absolutely, I
week. And I mean, if you're not a Miami or FSU
I don't even know
fan-
why the next game's on here.
Well, I'll get to that. You just listen. 'Cause I told you there's nobody playing, and you went over there and put somebody on there, and I didn't even have time to look at it.
Sure did.
But you know, Miami and FSU
You
don't
only
like
had
each
4
other.
games.
They're basically battling for
In-state rivalry. Yeah.
in-state rivalry. They do not like each other. All right, why is this game on here? Because they didn't have a lot of ranked teams playing ranked teams. Texas, you know, started off playing a high state.
I think deep down he's a Texas fan.
Yeah, whatever.
That's why that Dallas stuff
It's a
comes
different shade of orange.
I mean, I'll pull for them over some teams. I'm not a Texas fan. All right. Florida, man, you know, they have that little. I mean, they back when Spurrier was coaching them, all they had a team, but they've struggled. And what are they, 1-3, something like that?
This is that coach's last season.
They've had so
Thank
many
you.
coaches changes. Texas got off to a slow start.
No question.
I don't know. I guess Arch Manning's looking a little bit better.
I mean, I don't even think that's a pick, but that's me.
Okay, so Vegas got 4.5. Texas playing at Florida. That gives Florida. I mean, that's
I don't
Playing
even see
in
why
the
it's
swamp.
4.5.
huh.
I don't even see why it's 4.5 myself.
I'm gonna take Texas 10.
Yeah, I think Texas is.
Yeah. Even though they're playing at Swamp, they're playing at Texas. I take Texas by more than that.
I mean, all you got to do is cover the spread, so I'm going to take Texas with the
Right.
spread, and we're good.
Yeah, I think personally.
You know, I think Texas is going to cover the spread on that one, so there you have it. So, which brings us back to the last game for us, the important game, and that's
Clemson and UNC.
Clemson and UNC.
So
Clemson's 1-3. What is UNC at right now?
2-2.
2-2.
They got a better record than we do,
Yeah, 2-2.
and they're not that good. I'm just being honest.
Well, they played
TCU killed them.
nobody. Yeah.
No, that first game they played was a debacle.
The teams they
It
beat
was
are
really bad.
Yeah, I
they
got
started
home
off good, and then it just wheels
Yeah, the
wheels
first drive was
seriously came undone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick was like, I don't know what to say.
No, he had to be. It was
all
bad.
It was
all my
bad.
important people, Michael Jordan's here. All these guys are serious.
Oh no, yeah, they had all the
And-
guys from
and-
the alumni in there.
and the
They had
wheels
Lawrence
seriously came
Taylor
undone.
was there to see a blowout.
You know, and that being
Not
said,
saying the TCU.
I don't want to
Yeah,
speak
TCU's
too
a bad
soon
team.
because hey, but Clemson noon game tomorrow. I do think that. Well, I'm not going to be as gung ho on this one. That the spread has this one at 14.5 for Clemson. I think Clemson's going to win. I don't think we're covering the spread.
Really
I do not.
better.
No, I don't. I
Well,
don't think so.
it's hard to pick them to beat somebody by 2 touchdowns when
Exactly.
they haven't beat anybody by 2.
If,
I know.
if we're
Yeah.
wrong, hey,
Yeah, only be one
I'm
team.
happy to admit that I'm wrong. We still get the W. I'm happy to admit that.
I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I could
I'm
be
still
wrong,
picking
but
us.
I'm going out and saying Clemson's going to come out and kill them.
I'm going to have faith and say Clemson's going to cover and whoop North Carolina. Just
Oh,
because
fantastic.
I want to see it. So
High
maybe
five. I hope
can
you're right.
wish
I hope
it.
that
I hope
offense
you're
needs to
both
wake up.
right.
I want to see the offense wake
I
up.
hope
Right.
you're
I
both
want to see
right.
some razzle dazzle. I'm going to go for it, man. Quit. What do you got to lose? I mean,
Right.
mathematically, we're sitting
Well,
there trying
I'm
to
here
figure out.
agreeing with you on that.
We're sitting in the
If we
podcast,
see them do it,
mathematically trying to figure out how we can get in, and I'm like, it's not. And then they're saying, well, Georgia Tech loses this, Florida State. I mean, it's like trying to figure out how you're going to win the lottery. And then I'm sitting there, well, guys, first of all, we're not going to the ACC championship anywhere unless we got to win. Forget about what everybody else does. But who would have thought we were 1-3 and they're 2-2 and they got a better record than we do? But Vegas seems to like us this year. But I think, and I've said this before, I eat my words, but Clemson comes
Clemson has
out.
the talent.
Clemson runs
Clemson
out.
has a
And
lot of things. They haven't gelled. clearly they haven't gelled certain things
there's
together.
no pressure
and
at
there's
this
clearly
point.
some issues.
Yeah.
I personally think the offensive coordinator is not what needs to be. It hasn't been. And that's just my personal opinion. That's another matter entirely.
I haven't even
Discuss
seen-
that. Because
There
I'm
was
not
no
happy,
improvement
haven't
when
been
that guy
happy.
came in.
I haven't.
There was no improvement.
No, exactly.
He just got back.
And
But
by the
some-
way, look at Virginia's coach now, who was our offensive coordinator.
Jenny's coming up.
What a fabulous win he had!
Yeah, he did. He's been through a lot too.
Fabulous win he had.
Yeah.
And
then you got Venables out there. He's fifth in the nation.
and
Good to see him
Venables,
winning
and,
again.
Man, I'm excited for Venables.
People like
Me
you.
too.
I told people, I told that to some guys. I was at some of my customers, and I said, here's the thing. I said, I've never been an Oklahoma fan. I said, but Venables is there, and I find
Now you're an
myself
Oklahoma
pulling
fan.
for him
Sure.
because I love Venables. I said, Venables will always be part of Clemson.
Oh, God.
I said he is always going to be part of Clemson.
One of the greatest coaches we ever had.
Clemson loves Venables as one of their own, and I said that's just the way it is.
And we understand
So I
why
said
he did
we
what
love
he did.
Venables.
I
I
mean,
said, well, hey, that's the only
He's from
school.
there. He's from
he
there.
said he gets the offer to take that.
he's from
school.
there. He
He's
went
taking
there.
it,
Yeah.
and that was in his clause. And they said,
And I totally get it.
God,
And I'm glad they got together this year.
Absolutely.
They're undefeated.
And the same with his name eludes me, but Virginia's coach and
Chad Morris.
no,
No.
Tony,
Tony Elliott.
Tony
Tony
Elliott.
Elliott. Yeah.
yeah, and I knew Tony. I was getting the last name. I was like,
No, we're Chad Morris.
sorry, Tony. I apologize to you, but I'm so happy for him because man, he's done such an awesome job, and so
Yeah.
it just goes to show you. Look, we got the ability.
Right.
We got
We got
to get
nothing to
there.
lose.
I
There
think
should be
we
no
haven't
pressure
had
in
the
this game.
opportunity to get them gelled together.
It's got to wake up.
And
You got to
and-
wake
and
up.
We got to see it. And I'm not throwing
What are we,
baby
like,
out with
14th?
the bathwater, but we need to make some serious changes.
We're like 14th in the ACC. We got nothing to lose at this point. Go out
Right.
there, just go for it. Play
Throw
for
it. Go
Be
for
loose,
it. Go,
man.
go
Play,
for
have
it.
some
Make
fun.
it
Play
happen. So there you
Maybe
go.
some passion adrenaline. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey,
Let's
real
go.
quick, let's sum this up. Tell us more a little bit about Vapor Nation. Give us a synopsis.
Vapor Nation, we're a vape shop here in Anderson. We're at 3708 Liberty Highway.
Y'all come see him. Come over here.
Absolutely. We got
Come
the
over here.
longest
Y'all going to do
selection.
Tiger Chant with us?
Come over here.
Yeah,
That's
there
our
was-
favorite thing to do.
Get over here.
She always brings in more views.
Get over here. So tell us who you are.
I'm Elise. I work here at Vape Nation, and I'm just the manager who does her job.
So come see her.
Right. Come see us.
Right.
3708 Liberty Highway, Anderson.
She
Right
won't
across from
harass you
Westside.
too badly.
Right.
Just because I have red hair doesn't mean I'm going to harass you.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
So, yeah. Customer service 3 years in a row. They're doing something right.
No, they are. They really are. They're a friendly group.
And
It's
you
a
look
good
closely
group.
enough, you see their truck going around town. I saw them at the gym down here.
That's just because Brad went down the road.
Is your son drive it sometimes?
Sometimes.
Were you at the gym about a couple weeks? You go to that gym down here?
No, that was my son.
Okay, because I was in there
As you
talking
can
to
see,
the
I've
guy.
not been to the gym.
See, that's free. That's free advertising. That's what he did.
Got the weights in here.
Right.
Works out a little bit.
But anyway, yeah, we've really enjoyed having you guys.
Yeah.
Having you guys come out every year and do a game for us, and yeah, business is great, and we really appreciate all our customers, and we're just pulling for the Tigers to get out of this slump.
Get out of this slump.
So-
Let's wake up. No better time than now.
Right.
Let's go.
Bring us home.
All right. We ready to do it? Nothing else?
Let's do it.
All right. Ready?
All right. Go to
We're
work.
gonna talk shit. I may have to get back or sit down.
Hey, I don't know
I
what
can
you
get out of
got.
the way.
No, you're doing it.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing, but you need to swing over this way a little
I
bit.
feel like I've
This
got
way?
taller.
This way.
All right.
This way.
Here.
I'll
All
come over this way.
I got to get back. Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, my
It's like the camera's back. There we go. Y'all ready?
All
Ready?
right. You're fighting that envelope.
Huh? They can't see that. Only we see. All right, we always end up in the Tiger Chant, and glad to be out at Vape Nation for the third year in a row, and hope them successful, prosperous year, and hope to be back here next year. Let's go. You ready?
All right.
CLEMSINRTIGERS. Fight, Tigers! Fight, Tigers! Fight, fight, fight! Go, Tigers! On the ovation! Woo! Come on out, everybody! Let's go!
That always screws me